what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video of my little questions series that I have going on here. Inside my hand right now, we have a book that has 3,000 questions. I think this is now officially like part 6 or something like that. But basically, I'm going through this book, flipping open to a random page and answering all the questions on the page. Each page has about 15 questions. And yeah, it's just going to be like a fun little Q&A video. So I'm going to flip open a random page. And today we're going to be answering questions 900 through 915. So, without any further ado, if a genie offered you 3 wishes, what would you wish for? Okay, so I haven't thought about this super long, but like recently, but I do know that in the past, I had always thought that one of my main wishes would be to own a McDonald's, like an entire McDonald's building, so that at any given point I could potentially go to said McDonald's and be like, hey, I want a Big Mac, and just get a Big Mac. But I realize now that that's not really how the economy works. I would still have to pay for said Big Mac. So I'm not entirely sure, but something like that where it's like I could own like a franchise of one of my favorite restaurants or something, that'd be pretty cool. Another wish that I wish I could have is my own movie theater in my house. Like, hypothetically, that's probably what I would ask for. Actually, I would want to like be able to design my own entire like layout for a house, and then just have my own house wherever the hell I want it, and it be, you know, perfect. So I probably would say that, because something that really sucks about like going on Zillow and looking at like housing markets is realizing that like your dream house will probably never exist ever in your life, which is depressing. But so yeah, I'm gonna say dream house. I would want to make a specific house, and it'll be perfect. What housework / chore do you absolutely refuse to do? I actually do pretty much every chore always. I don't really have any problems with it. Trying to think about it. One thing that I will say I have issues with, cleaning the bathroom, mostly because every time I get yelled at to clean the bathroom because it's my turn to clean the bathroom, I can't tell you what's wrong with the bathroom or what's dirty about it. So that's a problem I do have, is if something doesn't seem overly dirty to me, I can't clean it because I don't know what needs to be cleaned. So I'm going to say bathroom, but overall, I would clean anything. I just need to know what's dirty about it so I can clean it. Name something you've had a close call with. I don't even know what that means. That's too vague of a question. Had a close call with. I mean, I don't know. Like, I genuinely have no idea. I'm gonna just put question marks there, and then maybe if I could come up with a question before I end this video, I'll come up with one. But if you could live with 1 week with any uncivilized tribe to learn their ways, would you? Maybe. If it's 1 week, then sure. But I feel like as long as it's not too long of a period of time, because like, what if the way that they live is like extremely different from the way that we live, and because of it, I wouldn't be able to survive the week? That would kind of suck. But I'm gonna say sure, because it'd be a very interesting 1 week process. It kind of seems like that would be like a Mr. Beast challenge. Go live with this group of, you know, uncivilized, you know, individuals for a week, and if you do it, you could win $1 million. I don't know. What is one thing you're worried will never change for you? One thing I'm worried will never change for me? I'm 5'7". I have no idea. That's another one where it's like, I would need to think about this question for probably about 30 minutes to have even the slightest idea of an answer. For the most part, I love everything about myself, so I wouldn't change anything. I think I am relatively perfect. Not perfect, but I'm imperfect in a way that I am content with, if that makes sense. How do you resolve conflict? Usually if it's something where it's like there's a problem that needs to be fixed, you fix the problem. If it's something where, you know, potentially there's one person who's being really difficult, another person who's being really difficult, you separate the people. So I'm gonna say solve or block, and those are the 2 options that are viable. Next question. If you were going to write an essay about your life, what would your essay be called? I don't know, I probably, and this is probably a copyright thing, but I would say like happy accidents, because some of the like best things that have ever happened in my life have happened because I like randomly made a decision last second that I was going to do this thing, and then it's led to great things. Like the fact that I'm currently with my girlfriend basically springs from the fact that I very last second was like, you know what, I'm gonna do musical theater because why not? And then I ended up meeting her, and that's fantastic. Me quitting soccer was a relatively abrupt thing, but it was a huge decision that I'd been putting off for years, so I was like, I'm just gonna do it now. And then after doing it, I apparently stopped at the perfect time because all of my favorite people to play soccer with all quit around the same time. And similar things with like when I worked at McDonald's. I worked at McDonald's for 2.5 years, and then when I finally quit, the entire restaurant kind of went to shit. So I was like, a lot of really convenient things have happened in my life. Do you think there should be a salary cap for actors in movies? Ooh, okay. This is actually one that I've had arguments and debates about with people online, because last year during the actors and writers strike, there were a lot of people who were saying that like actors get paid a whole lot of money. And I think that one of the big things that people don't realize is, unless you are like one of the main actors in a movie or in a franchise, being an actor is not a steady job, because like you get paid in a one-time sum, and typically what will happen is like you'll see like, oh, RDJ made $20 million for this movie. Well, that's how much the contract was for him to get paid out, but a certain portion of that goes to taxes, a certain portion of that goes to his agent, a certain portion of that goes to like other parts of the contract and stuff like that. So it's like if an actor is making $20 million in a film, more than likely they are bringing home maybe about 15% of that, not 15%, like 50% of that, because after all the money goes to all the people that needs to get the money or whatever, it's only like 10 million. So personally, I think that the salary cap should be, I'm trying to think about this as like a fraction of the budget of a film. So like say the film has like $100 million budget or whatever, no actor should make more than 10 million. So I'm gonna say 10% of the film's budget, because it just doesn't make sense for them to make more than that. Do you have a favorite furniture designer? If so, who is it? I do not. I am not old enough to know that. What's it called? I think that the brand is called Threshold. I do have these black bookshelves, you can see one behind me, that I get from Target all the time. They are like $25 bookshelves, and they are fantastic. I know that it's like a fake wood, but it feels incredibly real, and then like they're incredibly sturdy. They last really long times, and you could adjust them however you want. They're fantastic. I love them. But that being said, like I said, I'm not an adult. I don't go out and buy a bunch of furniture and stuff like that, so I don't have a furniture brand that I'd particularly say that I like. What is your favorite outfit? I'm gonna see if I have any pictures of it so that I could potentially post, but my favorite outfit of all time is probably a pair of khaki pants, this really nice little purple lavender button-down shirt that I have, and then a trench coat on top of it. Really cute outfit. I love it. I can only wear it like maybe 2 times a year because it's never cold enough for me to be able to wear it, but it's cute. So that's that. What is your point of no return? What does that mean? Like, are you talking about like, oh, I'm gonna go over the edge and like become a full-on psychopath or something? I feel like the point of no return is like after committing like, you know, a felony or something. I have no idea what that even means. But hey, great questions today. Are you a godparent of a child? If so, whose? No, but multiple of my friends do think that when they get older and they potentially have kids, they want me to be the godfather of it. And for some of them, it's just because, you know, I'm a good friend and they think that I'm a very like parental figure, somebody who could be like very caring and nurturing. And then another one of them is because I'm Italian, and he was like, I want you to be the godfather of my child, and I want you to only talk to him in a super Italian accent and basically like give off the vibes that you're a mob boss. And I'm like, sure thing, buddy, anything for you. I'm like, where do you even get these ideas? But the answer is why, yes, of course. 3 more questions. What did you think was stupid until you tried it? This one, I was really young when I tried it, but yoga. I never understood the point of yoga, and then we did yoga, like, I think it was like every other Wednesday or something like that in PE. When I was in 9th grade, we would do yoga, and it was the most relaxing thing ever, and like, for the time being, it helped me with sleeping so much, because I've had insomniac pretty much my entire life. What, I've had insomniac? That's not it. I've had insomnia pretty much my entire life, and I've never really been able to find, like, really, like, methods of sleeping that like works, you know what I mean? Like typically I'll find something that'll help me fall asleep and it'll work for about a month, and then like something will just trigger my brain and it's like, nope, you're tricking us, this isn't going to work anymore. And yoga for a really long time helped me sleep, so I'm gonna say yoga because yoga is low-key awesome. Would you ever date someone who is divorced? Yeah, sure, why not? Because in my opinion, somebody who's divorced is less likely to get divorced again. I don't know if that necessarily makes sense, but I think that if you get divorced, you've had to go through something relatively tough, because divorce is a long process. And if you marry somebody in the first place, you probably feel pretty confident that you're going to last forever. And then to get divorced is to go back on that. That's probably got to be even a bigger show of strength. So, like, if you're willing to get divorced, I think that it shows that you are willing to be very mature and growing. What? You need to be very mature. And what's it called? I think that being divorced isn't necessarily a bad thing. You typically need to make mistakes in order to learn lessons, if that makes sense. And then the last question for this page: what is the worst thing you've ever tried? I don't know if I have a good answer to that. What's it called? Back when I was younger, and this was like young, like I was probably like 8 or 9 years old or whatever, my siblings used to play a game which was like, we'll combine a bunch of random liquids in the fridge and then make Blake try it. And I didn't realize until after we played it for maybe like the third or fourth time that the point was always, hey, they're gonna make some disgusting drink for me to try. So something like that is probably the answer. Oh, you know what? I got an even better answer. When I went on a vacation to Mexico with my whole extended family, my aunt made me try a spicy, what was it called? Oh man, I'm blanking on the name right now. But you know the alcohol that is basically like tomato juice? Oh, Bloody Mary. I think it's a Bloody Mary. She made me try a spicy Bloody Mary. That is terrible. That is like god awful. It is one of the worst things ever. And for some reason, it's apparently a breakfast thing. So I'm going to put Bloody Mary because I hated that. Let me quickly go through the one question that I didn't have an answer for and see if I can come up with something. Name something you had a close call with. I still don't have an answer, so I'm just going to leave that as blank. And then the other one was favorite furniture designer, which I haven't magically found a new favorite furniture designer. So yeah, that was it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming by and checking it out. Today's episode was more like 13 questions, but that's okay. I love and appreciate you guys for watching. If you liked it, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bow.